Coming up on UMass Sports Insider, it's a big Saturday for UMass Hoops. With an undefeated home record on the line, we'll get you set for a televised showdown with St. Louis. And we see how UMass Athletics made a recent home game a day for the kids. Also, we show you how coaches from all over the region came to learn from the sidelines general of the Minutemen. Taking lessons from the master, UMass Sports Insider right now.
Now, this is the UMass Sports Insider, brought to you by Coca-Cola.
It's been a full week in between games for the UMass basketball team. With a 15-5 overall record, the squad is off to its best start through 20 games in 14 seasons. And now sitting right near the top of the A10 standings, the Minutemen prepare for a big Saturday matchup against Rick Majerus' St. Louis Billikens with first place on the line. Hello and welcome inside the Mullins Center for UMass Sports Insider. I'm your host, Josh Maurer. We're going to focus mainly on men's basketball this week with some features and highlights coming up. We'll also delve into the tennis team, see what they've been up to as their season resumes this weekend. But first, let's start with the big game on Saturday afternoon right here. UMass preparing to face one of the other top teams in the Atlantic 10 in Rick Majerus and the St. Louis Billikens. So let's now go to head coach Derek Kellogg as Adidas presents the game and see how the Minutemen are preparing for the game.
Well, thanks, Josh. As we get ready to play St. Louis today at 2 o'clock, it's obviously a tough game, a team that has given us fits over the years. After a hard-fought game at Xavier on Wednesday night, they come up to the Mullins Center in a game that's important for both teams in the conference standings. They bring in the big guy Conklin and Evans and Kwame Mitchell, four guys averaging double figures in conference play. A team that has won some big-time games, have been rated in the top 25 at different portions of the season. A team that has an RPI as good as anybody in our league. So this is a big-time test and a big-time battle for our team and our Minutemen program. We're expecting a huge crowd here today at the Mullins Center, 2 p.m. Big-time battle, UMass versus St. Louis. So hopefully everybody can make it out to the Mullins Center.
Tip-off is at 2. You can watch it live in these parts on Comcast Sportsnet New England. The Billikens come in riding some huge momentum after becoming the first A10 team in 6 seasons to win at Xavier with a huge effort on Wednesday. St. Louis has won 3 straight, and they are now tied with UMass in the A10 standings at 4-2. If you can't make it to Amherst, you can also listen to the game on the radio or internet on the UMass Sports Network. Then after the contest, UMass Women's Hoops plays host to Fordham at 5. Be sure to stick around for that one after the men's game. He's known as the Junkyard Dog, a scrappy junior from the Washington, D.C. area who always seems to have a nose for the ball at the bottom of a pile. With more, Big Y presents In the Bunker with Javonte Ferrell.
Javonte Ferrell from Woodbridge, Virginia, junior, and I played a guard and a small forward. I wanted to go back to my very first basketball number, which was 21, but I was told that Marcus Camby and all that, so I wasn't going to be able to get 21. So I asked around. I thought it was time for a change. So I asked around. I asked one of my good friends who plays at Kansas, Thomas Robinson, and he wears number 0. So he told me he wears 0 too. I basically grew up in Virginia and Maryland because I played for a lot of Maryland basketball teams, and I went to high school in Maryland. So it was good. We right there next to DC. So the DC city lifestyle a little bit. Then Maryland and Virginia, a little bit of the suburbs. So I get the best of both worlds, I guess. I played football in 7th grade. I played wide receiver. I was actually pretty good. At the time, I thought I was better at football than basketball, but I just couldn't do the practice. I relaxed, but being around my teammates, I chill with them, play NBA 2K, Call of Duty, like the normal stuff people do. Go to movies. I'm a big movie person. I like watching movies, so anytime a new movie comes out, I go see it.
Thanks, Javonte. Before this basketball season started, Coach Kellogg brought in disciples from all over this area to teach some of the tricks of the trade that he's learned in the profession. Cody Crushell has a look back.
It was all about hoops and hardwood when over 24 basketball coaches from around New England converged on the Mullins Center for Derek Kellogg's 3rd annual Coaches Clinic, taking advantage of 6 hours of behind-the-scenes access to the Minutemen.
Most college coaches and programs have some sort of clinic to give back to the community, to spend some time with some local coaches, and it's just a great way to share ideas, to spend time with other guys in your profession. And it was a very good day of not only basketball, but the camaraderie of hanging around with other coaches and not only giving them what I do and what we do, but also having some back and forth and picking up some new things from some other coaches.
The day's events included a 2.5-hour UMass practice, 3 drill sessions, and a lunch social, which gave the coaches a chance to mix and mingle with Kellogg and his staff. David Parry, the head coach at Quincy High School, made the 2-hour trip to Amherst with 2 of his assistants.
We play that, use that same diamond defense. We want to play an up-tempo type of game. He gave us a lot of good pointers on it, and it's nice to be able to sit down at lunch with him and go over stuff and just talk some good basketball. So it was really good one-on-one session with him. So.
And it wasn't only high school and college coaches getting in on the action. John Gard attended the clinic for the 3rd straight year and came away with some valuable new tools he can use with his team of 6th graders in Westfield.
You can't do everything, of course, because we have limited gym time, unlike here at UMass. But we take bits and pieces and incorporate them in practice, and then after a few practices, try some of the other things.
Anytime you can do some things that UMass's name's in the forefront, that you're spending time with people in the community, is a positive for the program. It's a positive for the school, and it really was a great day of a lot of coaches in here spending time and just doing what we love to do, which is share basketball in the game.
For UMass Sports Insider, I'm Cody Crushell.
Thank you, Cody, for that look back. Well, a few weeks ago, before a men's basketball game right here at the Mullins Center, UMass Athletics turned this entire arena into a playland for the kids. Steve Toll has a look back.
Hours before tip, as kids piled into the Mullins Center concourse, they were treated to a variety of games and activities provided by local businesses.
This is actually the 2nd year that we've done Kids Day, and we've seen some great growth this year, both on the organizations that participate, from the bowling alley to Interstate 91 to the library. We actually have more participants this year, and we see several more people coming through the door. I mean, we look at who's involved in the Chamber of Commerce, as we are as well, and what activities that I like to do with my kids in the area, and what might be fun to offer kids coming through the door.
It's a great opportunity to bring Taekwondo and the martial arts to the public and get the kids interested. If you like running, jumping, yelling, kicking, and hitting, the kids love it.
That's good before a basketball game, right?
That's right, and it's pretty good for grown-ups too.
The kids and adults, it really doesn't matter which age. Everybody has a reaction, because if you're a kid, you just love it because it's nature, it's beautiful, it's great. But if you're an adult, you remember how fun it was, and it really brings people back. So I really think it's great for any age.
I see you got your face painted. Who painted your face? Who are they?
UMass fans.
The cheerleaders, right?
Yeah.
Are you having fun?
Yeah. Go UMass.
Then after the game, kids got a chance to meet the team and collect autographs.
It was great. I mean, I think we're not only coaches and players, but we're pillars of the community. We're part of the community. I mean, Amherst is where we are in the surrounding areas, and we appreciate that the kids come to the games. I think interacting with them, our guys signing autographs, hanging out. And the best thing for me was that the kids had a great time. To listen to them talk about how the team played and getting to know some of the players, and each one of them came up and had a different favorite guy. It was neat to see that.
For UMass Sports Insider, I'm Stephen Toll.
Thank you, Steve. Hopefully that night here at Mullins helped create some lifelong Minute fans. We're going to step aside for the first time in the program, but don't go anywhere. We're going to come back and see how 2 UMass football alums helped lead their teams to Super Bowl 46. And we've got some hoops highlights from last week, so keep it locked right here.
A superstar, super big. And let's not forget, super tasty. Yeah, I'm proud to share my table with another New England legend, Superbird, the biggest rotisserie chicken in the universe. And you'll only find it at Big Y. Crackling on the outside and juicy on the inside, it dominates those other rotisserie chickens. Celebrate its 10-year anniversary by letting Superbird tackle dinner for your family. Superbird, only at your neighborhood Big Y world-class market.
The UMass Amherst Alumni Association is over 225,000 alumni strong. Our vibrant community participates in professional development programs, alumni clubs, athletic, and other events around the globe. Explore the traditions, resources, and opportunities that are your UMass Amherst Alumni Association. Get connected today.
You are.
Saturday the 28th, it's UMass against St. Louis. Get a ticket for $6 with your Big Y Express Club savings card.
You're watching the UMass Sports Insider.
Welcome back. By now you know the Super Bowl matchup next weekend in Indy, but let's look at how some former Minutemen helped the Pats and Giants get to the big game. Here, this big sack by James Ehedebo was a key play in New England's tight victory over Baltimore in the AFC Championship game. James may well be matched up against his former teammate Victor Cruz next Sunday. How about the amazing run for Vic this season? He pulled in 10 catches against the Niners in the NFC Championship, including some highlight reel grabs, and he also delighted the national audience with a post-game trophy presentation salsa dance. Super Bowl 46 will be the first with 2 UMass alums participating in it. Outside the Mullins Center now in front of the UMass Tennis Complex as men's basketball gets set to play a game on Saturday, big one against St. Louis. We look back now to the last time they took to the court. It was a big road victory in a very tough environment at Richmond. Here are the highlights. Instant replay, the Minutemen and the Spiders.
Ferrell draws the defense. Riley from 2 steps beyond the arc, no good. And another offensive board for UMass. Esho from 17 gets it to go. Ask how each were doing so far this year. Carter inside against Garrett, over the top of his hand for a beautiful hook shot.
UMass goes to their 1-2-1-1 zone press.
And it forces a turnover. Morgan in and off the glass, good. Putney finds Carter all alone underneath. He just somehow found his way wide open. UMass has not made a 3 tonight until now. Javonte Ferrell, who grew up about an hour from here in Woodbridge, Virginia.
They want to play right away. They got 17 playground gurus and 6 jump shot assistants, so players get a lot in their ear.
Well, this is a 10-0 run, and the dunk has been somewhat of an exclamation point for the Minutemen on a couple of different occasions. UMass has had the advantage on rebounds the whole game. Shot clock at 10. Martell! To the 5 on the floor for Richmond. Williams, Ferrell, around the cylinder. Carter's second straight bucket. 5-point lead. Putney running the floor. And an assist for Chaz Williams. Trying to get another assist there with Morgan, and he does. A 3-point field goal. Because they're down 64-55. They had made this a close game again. Oh, look at that. Inside for Esho. That is the assist of the night.
How about that? Little guy dropping dimes all over the place here. What a great pass that was.
I'm not sure how many people can duplicate this. Williams stumbled. Putney with 5. Distributes to Morgan with 3. Good! And that may be the dagger right there.
It's chalk talk time. You just saw in the highlights of the men's game a big dunk by redshirt freshman Maxi Esho. Esho's had to step up thanks to the injury to fellow rookie Caddy Lalane, and he's done so very effectively in recent weeks. To see how, from Coach Kellogg's perspective, let's take it into the film room for DK's Coke Chalk Talk.
Welcome once again to my good friend The Brain, where the tapes are broke down and the game plans are made. Today, Maxie Esho, a player who's really brought a lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm, and a lot of athleticism to our team, and has really helped us in our 2 road games this past week. We'll roll the tape here, and you see Maxie doing a great job defensively, hustling back, helping the defender keep it out of the lane, and with a big-time block, sending it the other way. One more time, Maxie doing a good job of faking and recovering on the defensive end, on the drive blocking it, which really starts our transition offense. Talking about transition offense, here he is popping to the wing. He can hit that mid-range jumper. He can run the floor and get dunks and transition baskets, as you see here. And he also has knocked down some threes throughout the year. But his best attribute is his energy, his prowess on the boards, his ability to hit down the mid-range shot. But I really love when he runs the floor, sets ball screens, and dives to the rim. Here he is, tenacious in the paint, going above Garrett, who's a leading shot blocker or second leading shot blocker in the conference with the finish. Here he is around the rim, getting it to the goal. One great thing he has is very good hands, as you'll see here on the little slip screen. The bounce pass by Chaz, the little bowling ball pass we call it. Maxie with great hands on the finish, on the finish, on the finish, as you'll see here in a couple different angles. That was a play that a lot of people have talked about. Chaz to Maxie, the 1-2 combination. I'm really impressed with his energy, his maturity. Maxie's grown up as a basketball player, and he's really given us a lot of energy here in this Atlantic 10 conference play, and I'm hoping that he can continue being Maxie Esho.
Thanks, Coach. We're going to come right back, and when we do, we're going to take a look and see how the tennis team recently helped lend a hand in the community. Stay tuned.
.9 is a breakthrough. 6.9 is a physics lesson. 6.9 is the outer limits. 6.9 is an explosion. He just got faster. Wait, how did you go? 6.9 is ounces, and that makes this the lightest ever.
A superstar, super big, and let's not forget super tasty. Yeah, I'm proud to share my table with another New England legend, Superbird, the biggest rotisserie chicken in the universe. And you'll only find it at Big Y. Crackling on the outside and juicy on the inside, it dominates those other rotisserie chickens. Celebrate its 10-year anniversary by letting Superbird tackle dinner for your family. Superbird, only at your neighborhood Big Y world-class market.
Arms. Ready? Aim. Fire.
Saturday night the 4th, UMass welcomes nationally ranked Merrimack to Mullins. It's bright out night, so make sure to wear a white shirt.
My name is Harper Williams. I played at UMass from 1989 to 1993. It's great, you know, seeing him, Tony Barbie, and all the other former players that I played with still doing things that they love. It's a family that extends outside of basketball. You know, you have opportunity to help out some young guys. Some young guys have an opportunity to represent you in a great way. When I was here, you know, we made it to the NCAA tournament and made it to the Sweet 16, and I hit a important three-pointer to help us beat Syracuse University.
Williams with the three.
Harper Williams is still famous for that three-point shot he hit against Syracuse in the '92 NCAA tournament. Amazingly enough, for the then junior, it was only the second made three-pointer of his entire career. You wouldn't know it now by the weather outside, but the college tennis season resumes this weekend as the Minutewomen play a pair of matches. It's a different kind of season in collegiate tennis. They play in both the fall and the spring. Now to check out what the UMass tennis team has been doing in the months in between, UMass Catering presents Serving the Community.
This is the Ride to Provide. It's a fundraising event for community service programs and for environmentally friendly projects of UMass Hillel.
We're here to help support our community and help out the Hillel House and raising money for kids and community service.
It's always great getting together with the team, especially to do community service. We feel really strongly about it, and since our sport is basically year-round. We don't have enough time to do it, so when we can, it's always really nice to do it with the team.
It's wonderful. This is our first year having the women's tennis team participate as volunteers, and we really needed their help. And we love to have the support of the university.
We couldn't survive without the volunteers. They really help staff everything and make it happen. We're delighted that the women's tennis team is going to be here today, and that our committee is here, and it really makes it happen. There are almost 200 riders today, so we really need a lot of volunteers.
It's really nice to come out and help out with the team and spend time with the team when we're not so busy in season. When we have a free weekend, it's always good to come out. So we're doing that today. And it's team bonding, so it's good.
We're here to just cheer people on, people who are participating in the bike-a-thon. We want to make sure that they get a lot of support while they're riding, and we're here to direct them to make sure that they don't get lost, since apparently sometimes that happens. So we're here to support them to keep going and doing their best.
It's really great. There are people from all over the valley. There are actually people who came out from Boston to be part of this event. And there are teams. There are about a dozen different teams that are involved in the event. And so a lot of people get part of the action.
We feel very passionately about our community, and we want to support them because we know that in turn they'll come and support us for our matches and everything we do with UMass Athletics.
That was great seeing the tennis team and the bike-a-thon. I could have used their help the other day as I played Doc Carr one-on-one on the tennis court. But as we come back, we're going to look at some of the UMass athletes' favorite coach on a TV show or a movie.
Alumni Association
provides resources for alumni
and students,
like campus to career programs, online tools,
scholarships and mentoring opportunities
that prepare students for life after graduation.
The Alumni Association sponsors student traditions
and athletic events.
Make connections at social,
professional,
and cultural alumni events
across the country.
You are UMass!
Saturday the 28th, it's UMass against St. Louis. Get a ticket for $6 with your Big Y Express Club savings card.
You're watching the UMass Sports Insider.
Welcome back to the Mullins Center. It's time for our lighter side. Sports is always a common topic for Hollywood, and whether it's on a TV show or the big screen, there always seems to be some great motivating coach in every sports genre. So we asked some UMass athletes this week, who's your favorite TV show or movie sports coach? Let's check it out. It's our weekly lighter side.
The coach on Sunset Park, I can't remember the name though, but it was a woman. Yeah, so the coach on Sunset Park.
I would have to say Herb Brooks from Miracle. He's awesome. I thought it was pretty funny how he was making them go up and down all the time.
I'd probably have to say Jules Winfield.
You're gonna have to explain that one.
2002 YouTube video. Chris Chelios. He really inspired a lot of the guys on the team to take part in the Inglewood Jack.
I'll have to say Coach Carter. That's the only real movie I actually liked dealing with basketball-wise, and again, he's a good coach, and he made his players, if they didn't do what he's supposed to do, he made them run it, so I guess they all got on the same track and they started winning and stuff.
I don't know the name, but if you ever seen Glory Road, have you ever seen that?
Oh yeah, Josh Lucas.
Is that him? I like him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good coach. I like him. I like his accent and all that.
Tell the viewers about Sunset Park.
It's a movie. It takes place in New York. Misunderstood kids on a basketball team, and the coaches helps them with their lives and helps them
win and come together on the basketball court.
I have a question. You're from Australia. Do you know anything about hockey?
Not a whole lot. Actually, I thought they had halves when I first got here, so I had no idea, at all.
Really can't explain what it is. Use it out there on the ice every now and then.
The Englewood Jack.
Yeah, the Englewood Jack. Oh, just kidding. It's just Englewood Jack.
You ever have a coach like Coach Carter?
Coach Kellogg, man, he's one of the guys I did. Coach Kellogg, man, he pushes us, he makes us run if we don't do what we're supposed to do, so we got to get on our game, man.
He was Don Haskins
Yeah.
from Texas, El Paso.
Yep. And they won, and it was great. So I don't really like the way they made Adolph Rupp look in that movie. Just made him look real bad, but what can you do about it?
So she was coaching a bunch of dudes.
Yeah.
How'd that work out? That's an interesting dynamic.
I mean, they respected her a lot more than you would expect. Like, it's not usual for a woman to come into a basketball gym with full of men and basically just have the upper hand and have them respect her. So she definitely had their respect.
I love the Mighty Ducks too. I don't know. It's something about hockey. It's just fun to watch, and when they get in fights, it's awesome. We don't really have much ice and snow in Australia, so when I came to America, it was something new for me.
So who is Jules?
It's Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, I see. Is he a hockey guy?
Not really, but he played the part in the video. So
you compare Coach Kellogg to Samuel L.
Nah, not acting wise. No, he's not a great actor, but he does all the right things that we need to do, and I guess that run's gonna make us win. Then we're gonna keep running it.
Did he give a good pep talk, Coach Haskins, in this movie?
Yeah, he always did. He just talked to his wife and made a good pep talk.
Play for a woman, Coach?
No.
Would you?
I mean, I wouldn't have a choice if I. So, I guess, yeah, of course. Why not?
Do you think Herb Brooks could give a good pep talk to your team?
I think so. Coach Dolly's pretty good there.
Want to do an impersonation of him for us?
yeah. Be a bad guy. Englewood Jack.
Thanks for sharing. Personally, I'm going with Major League's Lou Brown. As we finish the show, let's take a look at a busy week coming up for a lot of the UMass sports teams in action. It's our weekly look at the week ahead. Men's hoops hosts St. Louis in a televised A-10 contest Saturday, trying to improve to 5-2 in conference play and stay undefeated at home. Tip-off is at 2 from the Mullins Center. You can watch it live on Comcast Sportsnet New England. And then on Wednesday, the team hits the road to face rival Rhode Island for the first of 2 meetings this season. That one tips at 7 and can be seen on Cox Sports if you live in a Cox cable area. Or if not, you can listen on the UMass Sports Radio Network. Meanwhile, the UMass hockey team is in the middle of a home-and-home this weekend with Hockey East foe UMass Lowell. They'll play the back end at the Songus Center Saturday night. Face off at 7 as the Mass Attack tries to finish out a terrific month of January with a win. The Minute women basketball team plays the back end of the Mullins Center doubleheader Saturday at 5 when it hosts the Fordham Rams. That one can be seen in the Pioneer Valley on CBS 3 now. Then Wednesday night, Coach Dolly's team heads to North Carolina for another A-10 matchup. This one at Charlotte tips at 7. Finally, Wednesday will be a big day for UMass football as Coach Charlie Molnar will announce his first recruiting class on college football signing day. Be sure to watch our next show for a recap of the incoming freshman class. That's it for us this week. We hope you have a great weekend and hope to see many of you right here at the Mullins Center for the doubleheader on Saturday. Until next time, I'm Josh Maurer.
The UMass Sports Insider, brought to you by Coca-Cola, Big Y World-Class Markets, Adidas, UMass Catering, the UMass Alumni Association, and UMassAthletics.com.